Breaking news. Big changes are shaking up the Los Angeles Chargers, and fans, you're going to want to hear this. For the first time in years, the offseason isn't full of doubt, it's full of hope, and not just hope, real, exciting momentum. National reporters are noticing, local insiders are praising. Something big is happening in LA, and it starts with a new energy, a new mindset, and one man, Jim Harbaugh. What's going on behind the scenes? Which players are quietly becoming stars, and who might take the league by surprise in 2025? Before we dive into the latest updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any breaking news about the Chargers. Let's get into it. It's been a long time since being a Chargers fan actually felt good during the offseason. Usually, there's worry, doubt, criticism. But now, everything's changing. For the second year in a row, the noise from the media, both local and national, is finally positive, and it's not by accident. This sudden shift in tone? It's all because the right people are now in charge. Jim Harbaugh didn't come here to play it safe, he came here to win, and his presence is already putting players in a position to succeed like never before. There's real structure now, real leadership, and most importantly, real belief inside that locker room. But the biggest story? Two Chargers players are quietly being seen as potential breakout stars, one on offense and one on defense. Let's start with the offensive player. You already know the name, Justin Herbert. He's always been talented, no one questions that. But now, with Harbaugh's system and a coaching staff that actually knows how to use him, Herbert might finally be ready to reach the next level, the elite level. This could be the year he truly dominates. And trust me, that's just the beginning. Let's be honest, Justin Herbert doesn't get the love he deserves around the NFL. Think about it. How often do you hear his name in the top quarterback debates? Not enough. Yet, Herbert is one of the biggest reasons the Chargers have stayed in the spotlight. He's more than just a good quarterback when he's on. He's a franchise cornerstone, the type of player that gives a team real hope every single season. Last year, Herbert proved something important. With a brand new head coach and offensive system, he didn't fall apart. He adapted. He went from being a strong-armed, flashy thrower to becoming a smart, efficient leader. That kind of growth shows just how special he is. And now, the Chargers are finally starting to build the right team around him. They've added fresh talent to the wide receiver room, drafting Trey Harris and Rondé Gadsden, while also bringing back experienced names like Mike Williams, Quentin Johnston, and Joshua Palmer. Combine that with a boosted run game, and suddenly Herbert has something he hasn't always had: support. And here's a stat that matters. According to Pro Football Focus, nearly every top 10 quarterback had one thing in common: elite receiving talent. It's no coincidence that when great quarterbacks have great weapons, they shine brighter. So now the question becomes, if Herbert finally has the right pieces around him, how far can he take the Chargers? And more importantly, are people ready to stop doubting him? Here's a truth NFL fans sometimes forget. Even the best quarterbacks need help. If your offensive line is shaky, if your receivers can't get open, if your tight ends aren't producing, even a great quarterback will struggle. That's just how football works. And when it comes to Justin Herbert, this couldn't be more true. Last season, Herbert didn't have the flashiest stats. He didn't throw for 5,000 yards or lead the league in touchdowns. But when you take a closer look, what he didn't do says just as much as what he did. Despite injuries, limited weapons, and a line that didn't always protect him, he made smart decisions. He avoided turnovers. He stayed calm under pressure. That's the sign of a mature, high-level quarterback. And now, things are starting to turn around. The Chargers front office has clearly taken action. The receiving unit is being rebuilt with young talent and returning veterans. The offensive line is being strengthened. And the run game? It's improving too, which takes pressure off Herbert and opens up more passing opportunities. Let's not forget, no quarterback, no matter how talented, can win alone. When Herbert has the right tools around him, his game elevates to a whole different level. The pieces are finally coming together, and the Chargers may finally be building an offense where Herbert doesn't have to carry the weight by himself, and if that happens, defenses around the league should be very, very worried. While all eyes are on Justin Herbert and the offense, the real surprise might be on the other side of the ball, in the secondary. One name is quietly turning heads inside the Chargers organization: Tarheeb Still. It's not often that a fifth-round rookie steps into the NFL and makes an immediate impact, but that's exactly what Still did in his first season. Starting in 12 of the 14 games he played, he racked up 62 tackles, 10 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. That's not just solid, that's impressive. And now, heading into 2025, Still might be ready to take over as CB1. The Chargers made some bold moves this offseason, including letting go of veteran pieces in the secondary, but those moves weren't random. They showed something deeper, confidence in their young talent. And Still is at the top of that list. He's not just reacting anymore. He's reading plays faster. The game is slowing down for him. And a lot of that growth is thanks to the Chargers' new defensive backs coach, Steve Clinkscale, a respected coach with a proven track record. He's helping Still see the game more clearly, and now the young corner is starting to really understand his role at a deeper level. If he continues developing at this pace, Still could become one of the biggest breakout names in the league next season. And if you're building a team that wants to make a deep playoff run, having a young, hungry, and rising shutdown corner is the kind of thing that can change everything. When a coach praises a player, it's easy to brush it off. That's part of their job, right? But when the praise sounds genuine, detailed, and consistent, it means something, and that's exactly what's happening with Tarheeb Still. Chargers defensive backs coach Steve Clinkscale has been open about Still's growth, not just as a player, but as a professional. He said Still is more focused, more coachable, and more confident. And here's the key. Still is starting to believe in the process because it's already working. The proof? His rookie season. Let's rewind. Still played in 14 games and started 12. During that time, he notched 10 pass breakups and 4 interceptions as a rookie. And he did that while still learning how to fully process the speed and complexity of the NFL. That's not just talent, that's rare potential. It's wild to think he lasted until the 5th round of the draft. Maybe it was because he came from a school like Maryland that isn't known for elite defensive coaching. Maybe the pieces just didn't fully connect in college. But now, in LA, he's in the right place, surrounded by a coaching staff that knows how to develop raw talent into real production. The Chargers have built a structure where players like Still don't just survive, they thrive. And when a late-round pick starts outperforming expectations, it speaks volumes about the front office, the coaching staff, and the overall vision of the team. For Chargers fans, this is what you've been waiting for. A smart, unified organization that is finally giving young talent the tools to succeed. And the best part? We're only getting started.